Hello and welcome everyone to Book Marketing Fridays Productivity Sprint. My name is Shannon. I'm writing on the pen name of Essie Huston, the author of A Curse of Scales and Feathers and A Curse of Wings and Gems. And the goal of today's stream is to look at what I've done with my book marketing and look at some results, and then state my intentions for what I'll be working on for book marketing, and then do a 1 hour sprint to work on those intentions. And yeah, how are you doing? Hi, Mars. How's it going? Hope all is well with you. So, all right. So last week, I've got notes on a different screen here, so I got to flip back and forth. So last week, I talked about the ads that I was running on this book here, which is on a pre-order. Oh, I should take off the comment. Hold on. And hi, Kendra. How's it going? Nope, wrong button. That's what happens. You get to me. So there was the 4 ads I made on this campaign, and this was 2 weeks ago. And then when I looked at the numbers on these, I turned off 2 of them. So those are the 2 ads that have continued to run over the last week, and they still have really great click-through rates. There's definitely one that is the winner. 3 is definitely a clear winner. It has a whole lot more click-through and more views than number 1, but they both are pretty strong. So let's see, the one that's 10.16 click-through rate, and the other one has an 8.5% click-through rate, and the good is like around 5%. So this is like really, really, really good for these 2 ads. And this is the book that is on pre-order at the moment. It's this one here, and it is going to be launching on Monday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2 ads here, and I am going to create new ad sets. So right now, what I did is I created one campaign, and that was for this book for 99 cents. In the campaign, then you can make ad sets. And so it's kind of like a master folder, which could have lots of other folders. So the master folder is the campaign, and then you could put lots of other little folders. And right now I just have one folder in there that had these 4 ads just to see which ones were the strongest. Now that I do have 2 that are strong, I'm going to create 2 more folders. So 2 more ad sets, one for each of these 2 ads, and I'm going to create 3 versions of the ad. So I'm going to actually just copy exactly what I have for number 1 and number 4 as far as the primary text. That's the main thing that you see above the ad. Then there's a headline, and then there's a description. And the only thing I'm going to change is the primary text, except for one of these. I'm going to keep exactly the same, except for change out the language where it says pre-order. I'm going to change that language. But all the hook and everything else that's in the primary text, your hook is like that first couple lines. That I'm all going to keep the same. So I'm going to do that the same exact for 1 and 4. And then I'm going to create 2 more with the same creative. The creative is the image. And I'll keep the same description and headline, but I'm going to change those hooks at the top, just to see if there's anything else that might work better. And I have gotten some pre-orders. I had 1 pre-order before I started running these campaigns, and or the ads. It's just 1 campaign for this one. And then after that, I've gotten more pre-orders. I would attribute about 16 of them pre-orders to the ad, because I know I've got 18 pre-orders altogether. 1 came before, and then I got 1 yesterday, but I was like in the chat with a booktuber when they said that they pre-ordered it right then and there. And so I know that my last pre-order was from them. So that is these books here. See, Feeling Sick, but just finished reading A Touch of Ruin. We will see if I get any writing done. Also, I need makeup for the other days I was sick and get some stuff done around the house. I woke up not feeling well either. I thought I was going to throw up this morning, but and it wasn't from like, I didn't feel like I was like had a flu or cold or anything like that. It just felt like overall just it's just like lots of little pains here and there. And I think all of it together was making me nauseous. But as soon as I got moving, it got better. Yay, book release. Yeah, I'm so happy for it. Okay, so that's what I have come to the conclusion of with this book. So that's my intentions today, is to take those 2 ads and write new copy for the primary text. But to also go over what else I did, I also made ads for the full price book of this. I had ads for these for when it was 99 cents. Those were like the first book ads I ever ran. They were the first. It's not like they were the first book ads ever ran. I only ran 1 book ad, but it did really well and sold quite a few copies. So now I'm doing full price ads, which is a little bit harder to do with a full price book for ads. And this one has 4 images. And let me look at my notes here. And the budget on these are a little bit different too. I also want to point that out. For the 99-cent book, I did run $3 per ad per day. So that was $12 a day spent on ads when I had 4. Now I only have the 2, so it's 6, but I'm going to be doing some more. And then on this one, I have 4 ads, but I only ran $3 a day total to these 4 ads. And when you do that, you're not going to get as many clicks because people are not going to see it as often. And when you also do that, like Facebook will kind of start favoring one ad over another and give most of it. So the one that gets the most, I think it's number 3. Let's go look at it's an image. I took an image of it because I don't have my ads manager up. What did it have? I think number 3 was the one that has the most clicks. Like it has 100 plus clicks, where the other ones are like 19 clicks, 20 clicks, 13 clicks, something like that. So it's not a whole lot. So I really need to just keep running these 4 to get more data, because if you're not using as much money, you're not going to get as much data, and you really can't make a sound decision until you have at least like 15 to 20 clicks per ad. And some of these are under that. So I got to keep running them. As far as the click-through rate on all 4 of them is still really good. But again, that click-through rate can seem bloated when you have lower clicks. So what was the click-through rate on these? So they average between 9 and 14%, which again, like 5% is good. Like 5 to 8% is in the good range. Above that is excellent. And so, yeah, the 14% click-through rate is on the number 3 ad, where the other ones are lower than that. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave these running, collect another week of data on them. I'm not going to increase the budget because this is to a full price book, and there's only one more book for them to move on to. Now, I have had a couple sales. Now, would I've had those couple of sales if I didn't have the ads running? I'm trying to think. I think I averaged 5 books a month sales last year. And right now I've had 2 book sales. So I'm actually sitting at a worse position right now than I was last year. But I mean, I think it's kind of expected to, when you have a book that it wasn't brand new out, but it was still relatively new. It was in its 2nd year of being out last year. Now it's its 3rd year of being out. You get fewer and fewer people who are interested in the book, if they've seen it for a while and it's been around for a while. If it's something that they're not going to want to read, they're not going to read it. So I don't expect to get a lot of book sales from this, but yeah, this month is already starting off kind of slow for the book sales on it and doing the Facebook ads. But I'm going to leave them. I'm going to collect another week of data on it, see if I get enough data, and then go from there. So my intentions for today, as I mentioned, is to write the copy for two more ads for each one, because I'm going to do 3 ads per set. So I'm adding 2 more folders to the master folder, and in those folders, there's going to be 3 items each. And so I need to write the copy for 2 of those items in both of those folders, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm making sense with this for anybody who doesn't run ads, doesn't know what that might mean with all those words. But overall, it's a campaign. Then you have ad sets, and then you have the ads that are inside the ad sets. And you can have just one ad inside of an ad set inside of one campaign. And so it just drills down from there when it comes to Facebook ads. Okay, I think I've stated my intentions, what I'm going to be working on, writing copy for those. If I get through the copywriting on them, then I'm going to go ahead and get set up, because you can schedule ads to launch a certain date and time. And the book is out on Monday. So I'm going to set the launch for Monday, probably around 8 or 9 a.m. in the morning. So those new ads that I'm creating today, I can't launch them yet, because those are going to have language that says the book is out, and the book's not out until Monday. So they'll start running on Monday, and we'll see. I am going to put a little bit of a higher budget, possibly. I think I'm going to do $8 a day. Nah, it's still not a lot for 3 ads. So for the 3 ads, for the one that's not the winner between those 2, I'm going to do $8 a day. And the one that is the winner, I'm going to do $12 a day. And then that's going to be for the ad set, which means that Facebook is going to separate that out between the ads. And Facebook does tend to favor, once you've got ads running for a little bit, if there's one that tends to do more or does better than the others kind of at the beginning, Facebook will favor that and give more money to that one ad. That's why sometimes it's better to set your budget by ad and not ad set. But in here, I want to see overall what happens and if there's one that comes out as a better winner. So yeah. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started on this sprint. Got the right button. Nope, not that one. Okay. 1 hour on the clock in 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everyone. All right, how did you do? So, I took those ads and I made copies of them after I wrote new copy for them for two of them. And I realized I'd already set them up as ad sets. So the four ads, well, it was really two left over, but so the two ads without the X's, those two, I actually set all four of these up in its own ad set. So they were in their own folder, which is great because then when I made copies, I could keep them in the same folder with the original. And I didn't realize I had done that. That was smart of me, but I didn't remember I did that. So that helps a lot because that way it's not competing. I thought these four were competing against each other, but I guess I did that for the this four. I had these competing against each other. And that's because I think I'm trying to find one winning ad and then I'll do ad sets from there. But I don't know what my thinking was. But I'm glad I did it. So I took those two and I made three copies of all of them, and one copy for each of them. I just changed the text from pre-order to available now, and then I changed the copy altogether in the primary text for the other two for both of these. So and those will start running on Monday. I thought since I was going to be setting up an ad set for these that I could schedule it, but I couldn't schedule it because since they're already in an ad set, you set the date for them to start by ad set, not by individual ad. So I just had them, I hit publish to publish them and then just turn them off automatically. And then Monday morning, I'll go in there and turn them on. So that's the goal with that. That's all I got done. Well, I feel like it's all I got done. I got done a lot by figuring out the copy for that and everything. So, okay, let's see how you guys did. It looks like Gwenna came in. Hi, friends. I just missed a chat. I see I just missed a chat. I was busy putting my head through a wall for this math class. It's definitely a challenge to actually learn a new old way of thinking. I think I'd feel that way about any math class, to be honest. Hopefully, your head and wall are fine. I think I'm having fun, though it's definitely more of a struggle than it used to be. Man, I miss having an elastic brain, right? Do you know too? Like our brains change. They knew that women's brains change with having a baby. And that's not real old research. It's relatively new in the last couple decades, I think. But what's brand new is that your brain changes again with a second pregnancy and a second baby. And so the first one, if I can remember what it talked about, because the jargon was quite scientific, and I was having a hard time figuring it all out. But the first time your brain changes, you become more aware. Your senses become more aware, like your smell, taste, touch, that kind of stuff. I don't know exactly. It said it becomes more aware. I don't know what that means, what that translates to. What does that mean exactly? But the second one is attention, and that your attention, I don't remember what they said now. But basically it preps the mom to be able to split their attention between two kids. Yeah, something along this. That's what they took away from the studies that they did, the research. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But I do feel like ever since I had my second baby that my focus goes out more often than it stays. And sometimes things just feel a little fuzzy trying to remember stuff. So, Mom Maggie stopped in and saying, lurking and leaving a like. Internet outage today and power outages expected later due to high winds and fire red flag warning. Oh, wow. I hope that you stay safe, Mom Maggie. I don't know if you're still here, if the internet went out again, but I appreciate you stopping in and I hope that you and yours stay safe. Adesha, hello. Just popped in and say hi, leaving up for runtime. I'll return if I hear the break. I've got the hiccups. I've not eaten yet. I had two appointments. I had one appointment outside the house this morning, and I got back just in time to get everything set up for my meeting appointment with a volunteer for the AWC. And we got done with a little bit of time, but that was time for me to get my thoughts together and to pull my numbers because I didn't pull my numbers yesterday for my ads like I was going to because I got busy with other things. So I've not eaten yet today. I'm hungry. Swinging by to say, did I read the rest of this? Otherwise, enjoy your weekend. Thank you, Adesha. I hope you have a good weekend too. And then Andy said, swinging by to say, is that a bunch of people swinging by just to say hi? So it's probably nobody here. No, it feels like there'd be nobody here because everyone's just swinging by. Mars, still here. Wrote a poem for the husband and entered a giveaway for a certificate, CyberSec, and working on my resume. Awesome. So you're going to work on your resume for applying for more jobs? I know you were applying for jobs early last week, I think. Well done on testing for ads. Yay. It's a bit of a process, quite a grind. It is. But you know what? Like I I need to go shut off my Amazon ads. I'm not profitable with my Amazon ads whatsoever, and I've been running them for years. And I don't understand them. Like I go in there and I play with all the different features and I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. I don't get better CTRs. I don't get any more sales. And I'm like, man, this is hard. And I'm gonna tell myself to learn Facebook ads. I'm like, well, Amazon ads is supposed to be easier than Facebook ads. That's what everyone always said, that it's easier. But I feel like I get more out of my Facebook ads than what I can get on my Amazon ads. And I've just started doing Facebook ads in January of this year. And I've been doing Amazon ads since 2021. So I'm gonna go shut those odds off because my CTR is abominable there. Did I say that right? I don't know if I said that right. It feels like I didn't say it right in my head, like in my inner ear. But I'm getting great click-through rates with these. Lot better click-through rates than with I ever did with Amazon ads. I can confirm that brains do change. I feel much as I get older. Oh no. Seriously though, it takes me longer to learn things, digest, and apply stuff. It just takes longer for me as I get older. That's probably all of us. Yeah, maybe I can't blame it on having kids because it's just like that. I'm still here, says Kendra. Yay! I got someone who's still here. As I swung by, I got stuck. So here I am. Oh, okay. So you didn't just swing by. You got stuck, you said. Okay, so there's somebody here with Kendra and Mars. I'm only someone who is like ninja next level Hashi's with ads. Happy to connect you with him. Oh, a mutual friend of Dale's and I. I only someone who. So you only know someone who is like ninja next level. I might know who you're talking about, possibly. The guy crushed Facebook ads and is now crushing on YouTube and Google ads. Like he spends 4 to 5 figures. Yeah, I'm not there yet. I mean, I'm spending some money, but not a lot. I mean, I just spent a lot of money on ads last year when I was trying to sell the Romantasy Adventures, and that I didn't get my CTR was terrible, and I didn't get a single sale out of it. So, and I thought, well, maybe what I know that can work for books would work better for books than for something that's not quite a book. Plus, it's a new idea. But I know that like David Vergas, he did the Facebook ads for his, and my idea was very similar to his. And he did really, really well. And I thought, well, maybe I just can't do Facebook ads. But I thought, I'll try. So I only made one Facebook ad in January following David Gogren's advice. And it did really well. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I still haven't spent now we're in the third month of the year. I still haven't spent the amount of money I spent last year on Facebook ads. That did nothing. But yeah. Yeah, so applying for jobs, still can't even get hired to retail, hence the studying. But yeah, hopefully things change. The change will help. Yeah. Fingers crossed for you and my thoughts with you. Hug and like button. Thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate that. So, okay. That's the end of the comments. Yeah. Okay. That's good timing. And that's just the one sprint. It's all I was doing. And I'll be able to report next week how some of these ads are doing. Like the ones I'm starting on Mondays because my book is launching on Monday. So those ads will say now available. It's only going to be a few days. So I don't know. Well, another thing I did is I did increase the ad budget. So it was $3 per ad set and I had 4 ads. And of course, I took off 2 ads. That was a week ago. I took off 2 ads, shut those down. So I only had the 2 running. So I was just spending $6 a day between the 2 ad sets. I increased it to $5 because with the book about to release, I figured that getting more ad spend in there would help out, especially since they have great click-through rates. Those have 9 to 14% click-through rates. And, right? Or no, that was the other ads. They're all good click-through rates. They're all above average, which is really good, really good. What was I trying to say? Oh, yes, I raised it to $5. And then on Sunday, so you want to do small incremental increases in your ads spend on Facebook. Because if you do a large, like if I jumped up to $20 from $3, then the Facebook will go back into learning mode, which doesn't help trying to get your ads served to the right people. If it's already doing well, you don't want it to go back into learning mode. So you just have to increase it a little bit here and there. So on Sunday, I'll increase it to $7. And then in a couple of days after that, I'll increase one to $8 and the other one to $12. Well, the other one might just increase like to $10 and then $12 a day, a few days later. So we'll see. Yeah, so far they're working out. And yeah, thank you. Oh, this one's not for me. This one's to Mars. This one's to me, and that one's to Mars. So hope you get something for the job wise. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. And I've got another book on pre-order. So hopefully the idea is that this book gets a lot of awareness. They see I already have a couple other books that are in the same world, and I have another book coming out in the next month after that. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, thank you everyone so much for being here. I'll be back on Monday with the regular writing sprints, but the marathon day where we go all day long. Hopefully I will be able to be writing that day, because I think I'm mostly caught up on all of the publishing side of my revision and publishing schedule. At least for now, I'm caught up until I get the next book cover, which I did put the order in for that yesterday for the next book cover in my series. So, okay, thank you everyone. And hitting the wrong button. I was like, my depth perception here, I'm hitting something else in the screen. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye.